Hello, I'm Geoff Crenshaw.
And I am Alan Burrell.
And you're listening to Heavy, Set, Go!
I can't believe you've never seen Heavyweights. That is amazing. I don't think there's any fat person in the world that shouldn't have that hasn't seen Heavyweights. This is amazing.
Want to know something else?
I do want to know something else.
I've never even heard of it until you mentioned it today.
It's incredible to me.
How old is it?
I don't know. I'm going to say 90s. It's a 90s flick.
90s.
Sure. Back when the kids were running the show, Mighty Ducks, all that jazz.
Then they grew up, and now we rule the world still.
Sure.
Yeah. What's the film about?
The film is about a fat camp, and it's really... Parents send their kids there because they want them to, get in shape, nip it in the bud, if you will. To quote one of the actors from the movie, actually. But what happens is they show up, and it's supposed to be this great, camp where it's like it's not that strict, and there's a blob, and there's go-karts, and all this fun stuff.
Oh, wow.
And then Ben Stiller's character, the new owner of the camp, comes in and has never dealt with kids before. He's very strict.
Does he, torture them?
And he tortures them, and it's amazing. So,
oh, my God. Is that where the Camp Krusty episode of The Simpsons came from?
I have no idea.
You haven't seen that?
No.
It's basically the kids go to... the Krusty the Clown camp. It's supposed to be fun, and Krusty the Clown is supposed to be there. But it turns out that, only a video of Krusty is played when they introduce, "Hello, kids! Say hello to your new counselor, Mr. Black."
Yeah.
And it turns in, they start basically feeding the kids gruel, and they make them go on these insane military marches.
Yeah.
And there's a swing but a break.
Same idea, sure.
It sounds amazing.
We'll watch it soon.
One movie maybe I need to watch it again. I've tried watching it a few times. I feel bad saying it because it was a birthday present at some point in my life, but one movie I didn't like, Meatballs.
Meatballs?
I never got it.
Is that the mock of Space? Or no.
No. Bill Murray at a summer camp.
I have heard of it, but I don't think I've ever seen it.
Are you ready for the summer?
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Are you ready for the good times?
You're not selling it either.
Okay. Well, I just told you I didn't care for it, so why would I sell it to you?
But I have heard of it, for sure.
I'd be selling it to you the way Mom often sells dinner.
It does make me want to eat meatballs.
Ha!
That's for sure.
The way when my mom makes dinner from scratch, she's like, "Oh, well, this isn't very good. I should have put this spice in it or that spice in it. Oh well, here's your dinner." Wow, you really sold this.
Oh.
And usually it's perfectly fine.
Yeah. All right, what do we got? Questions.
What do we have?
I don't really know what we have.
What questions do you have?
What are we talking about today? Let's see. What questions do I have? Are you ready for Christmas? I see you got a nice tree here.
Yeah, we got a tree set up, a flashing angel.
Very nice, very nice. What's your favorite Christmas memory you have? Do you have a favorite? Do you have a funny Christmas memory?
My favorite Christmas memory is when Alan turned off the buzz feature on his phone.
Does it really bother you that much? It buzzed one time. I doubt anybody even fucking heard it.
I bet they did.
Big of a deal.
It sounds like a dentist drill.
Well, I'm not in a movie theater right now. I guess I should check.
You're on a podcast.
Oh no.
My favorite Christmas memory. That's a really hard one. They kind of blend together, honestly.
Yeah.
Because one year I got a pogo stick.
Okay.
It was like 98, 99. I got a pogo stick. It was one of those that had one pink handle and one green handle, and the little same thing for the little things that you put your feet on, and it was a lot of fun. But I remember most of the night my uncle Rob was like, "Oh, this is awesome," and he took it out and spent most of the night jumping on the pogo stick.
Yeah.
And he's probably at the time in his late 30s, or mid to late 30s, but he's like, "Yeah." It was pretty spectacular. And I don't know if my mom's one of those unfortunate people that have a December birthday. So she's Christmas is the 25th, and her birthday is the 30th.
Yeah.
And I'm blessed. I have my birthday is perfectly situated on June 28th, so it's just like halfway through the year my birthday, then the other half of Christmas. It's like a perfect even keel of gifts,
Yeah.
like money or whatever showering upon me. People who want to play tribute to me can evenly throughout the year, but
Good for you.
But
Yeah.
one year, one year we went. I remember back when I lived in Salem, they used to have this parade that went through downtown Salem. Like there's kind of the downtown area of Salem is dominated by the Salem Center Mall, and then there's some other buildings with like some bars and restaurants and the Elsinore Theater, which is probably my favorite movie theater in Oregon, or my favorite movie theater period that I've been to. Ben and I went back in April. Saw Stand By Me. The Elsinore.
The Elsinore.
It is beautiful. The lobby has like a cathedral feeling. The lobby looks like it's built out of stone, carved. It looks like it was funded by the Medici family. It's the lobby, and you go into the actual theater, and it's just gorgeous movie palace from the 20s. They've replaced the seats because the backs are plastic, but the seats look the part. They're all red, and this beautiful stage area. The only thing is, I don't think they really have the capacity to have a big wide screen because it was built in I think it may have been built in the 20s, and
Wow.
they still have the archway and everything. So, and back then, films were shot in a standard aspect ratio as opposed to widescreen. So I'm off course. My favorite Christmas memory is I remember we were watching a parade that they used to do in Salem. It was the Festival of Lights parade. It moved to Kaiser, where I lived, but a few years ago, and it's still fun, but it's not the same. Something about standing in the parade. You could either stand outside or you could go up into the mall, and the mall had the glass hallways that went across the street, over the street. You know what I mean? Some malls have them to store to store.
Sure.
You could stand in those glass hallways and look down at the parade, or stand out in the street. I liked walking with the parade on the side because it made me feel like I was part of it. But I remember just those parades. I remember one year, my mom, I was there, so maybe it was partially for my benefit, but that's when Santa went by. He always came on a fire truck, and the type of fire truck changed every year. That year, it was like a classic 1940s fire truck, and Santa came by, and Mom was like, "Santa, I want a puppy! Bring me a puppy, Santa Claus!" I think that was for me because I was a kid at the time.
Yeah.
And stuff, and she knew that I knew that she wanted a puppy, and so I think she said that. So, hey, you should ask Santa for a puppy.
Right.
And then, like not long after that, we went. She didn't get it. I don't think she got it for Christmas, but because her birthday is so soon after Christmas, we went to a dog raising place, like a puppy farm or something. And I grabbed one dog. Oh, this one's a good dog. And then I looked over, corner of my eye, and I saw a dog that was even smaller. For some reason, I wanted to pick out the runt.
Yeah.
Because I figured no one else would want it because I saw all these Disney movies. You're a runt!
Sure.
So I grabbed the runt. We took it home and gave Mom our beloved dog, Shiloh. And he had 8 great years of life.
It's a sweet story.
Loved him.
Shiloh.
Wonderful dog. Shiloh ended up being loyal to me because dogs kind of choose their owners.
Yeah.
And he chose me. I remember whenever I would come home from school, like high school or whenever it was, like sometimes Mom would just let him off his leash, and when he saw me coming, he'd run down the street towards me and bite at my ankles, because that was a shepherd thing. Shepherds bite the ankles, kind of the sheep, to kind of guide them towards, and he'd bite at my ankles.
Because he thought you were a sheep?
Well, not because he thought I was a sheep, but because that's kind of ingrained into who he is.
I was just calling you a sheep.
I go my own way, buddy.
I know you do.
But one thing I remember about the Preds, and after this detail, I'll pass it to you because I've talked a long time. But
you've got a sexy voice. It's okay.
Well, thank you. Coming from you, that's a high praise. But two straight men say that each other have sexy voices. That wasn't worded right. But but I remember one year at the parade. This sticks out in my memory because I thought it was so magical. There was this Santa in this huge yellow fire truck. The ladder was completely extended up, and Santa was in the little fire ladder basket at the top.
Right.
Going down the street, says ho 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 ho, and
like he does,
like way above everyone else, and he was throwing candy canes out of the fire basket onto the street below, and kids were running and grabbing the basket. Christmas music was playing. There's something so magical about that moment, and when I think about that today, I wonder how he got through the sky bridge, or if he bypassed part of the streets that went there, or if they had to spend. How long does it take to lower a fire ladder? I don't know, but somehow he got through the sky bridge during the parade route. And that mall has like 2 sky bridges, so who knows? I think, but so who knows? But I just remember him at the top of the ladders throwing candy cans and waving to the crowd, "Merry Christmas!" And it was wonderful. What's your favorite Christmas memory?
I don't know. I've got a couple. Like when I was young, I had it was Christmas time. I was on the couch and I started getting this pain in my stomach.
Really?
And I started like it was just in agony and pain, whatever. But it turned out my appendix was about to burst, and I had to be rushed to the hospital. I spent a couple weeks in the hospital and got my appendix taken out. That was one Christmas. But my favorite memory is when I was like 25, which normally this would happen to a kid, but sometimes you throw temper tantrums.
Did you throw a tantrum?
Yeah, I was like 25. I'll never forget it. And my mom...
You're being too hard on me, film director.
My mom got me this novelty lighter, and it was in the shape of a golf club.
Really?
And I was really like into stuff like that. I was a nerd. Like I loved knick-knack,
absolutely,
novelty type gifts like that. And I was so excited that I got this lighter that looked like a golf club. And I'll never forget that it snapped in half right at the head. And oh boy, it was on. I started screaming, "Dad! It's the only thing I wanted this year." I didn't even want it. I didn't ask for it. But it was just this gift that I fell in love with, and then it broke, and I'll never forget. Sydney was around at this time, and she just watched me. It was one of those humbling moments where you just have a tantrum at age 25. And
I've had this.
She'll never let me live that down for sure.
The golf club! The golf club!
Yeah. But, yeah.
Your appendix story reminded me of... I guess it's not technically a question that you asked.
What?
I guess you didn't ask...
I don't really have to ask a question.
All right, okay, well, it reminds me...
You can just talk,
Your appendix story reminds me of when I had my appendix out. I had this I remember it was finals day of the first semester of my junior year in high school. I was 15 going on 16. It was February, And
you wait, little girl, on an empty stage for fate to turn the light on.
okay, what's that from?
Your eyes, little girl. Okay, sorry. You know, you are 15 or 16, going on 17. All right, I'm done. Go ahead, continue, please.
I'm so relieved.
Sound of Music, really? The Von Trapps.
I only know like Do Re Mi and The Hills Are Alive with The Sound of Music.
Oh boy.
Do Re Mi Fa Sol La Ti Do.
Okay, back to your
dear,
story. We're
a
getting
female. Okay.
All right.
Ray, a drop of golden sun. Okay. So you got me sidetracked, Alan.
I'm sorry.
You shouldn't do that to people. Anyway,
I know.
it was the finals day. It's like the last day of the semester. And I started to get, like, I remember sweating a lot, and I had this inexplicable pain, and it started out small, but it was growing throughout the day. It's like my lower right side, which is where your appendix is. And I remember just kind of floating through the day, not really paying attention to my finals tests. I was like, just writing down stuff so I could turn on the paper, because you can't really do focus that well on things when you're in pain. And I remember that day we also had a PE final. Dear God, that was painful. Every day in PE, we would come out to the gym and you'd have to jog a certain amount of time. And when you're having an appendicitis issue, well, I didn't know that's what it was. But when you're having an appendicitis issue, that's really painful. And I decided I would, every movement you make is painful. I don't remember. I don't know how well you remember it, or if you experienced it the same way. But for me, every like slight jar.
I was on the couch writhing. I was laying, just holding my stomach. I couldn't even. I thought I was gonna die. Yeah, it was bad.
It was incredibly painful. I was jogging with an appendicitis, and every time my foot would hit the pavement or the gym floor of the wood, it just sent another pain into my side, another renewal of the pain.
Yeah.
And I remember just riding the school bus that day, just like all sweating and staring off. Every time the bus would go over a speed bump, it sucked. And I got home, and my mom and my then stepfather were both at work. So I got home and like, it's just a stomach ache. I'm just getting sick. I guess this is how it's going to be. I decide. I know right away that I don't want to get up once I lay down on the couch. So I go grab the longest movie I could find, and it was the Green Mile. So I threw it on and I watched it all the way through, and it ended. The credits rolled, and I'm just laying on the couch. And then at the end, there's this like still of Tom Hanks and Michael Clark Duncan, and I think Barry Pepper, and this Green Mile and the copyright date, and that was kind of there. And it stayed there for hours on end as I just laid on the couch staring at this image on the TV.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, and eventually Mom came home, and she's like, "Hey, how are you doing?" I don't feel good. I've been laying on the couch for hours, and I'm pain. And Mom's like, "Oh, we better get you to the hospital." And I didn't want to go. I thought it was just a stomach ache. I'm like, "Oh, this is not really hospital worthy, is it?" And she's like, "Oh, it's better to be safe than sorry. All the urgent cares are closed this time of night." And so we get into the car. She's like, "Okay." I reluctantly agree to go. We get into the car, and we drive. Mom has to go get some gasoline. We pull into the gas. I remember this vividly. We pull into like the gas station, and we're facing the building where the employees are. There's one guy working, but he's busy changing out the trash. And we're sitting there. I'm in extreme pain. We're sitting there looking at this guy. I don't remember if he looked up at us at all or acknowledged us.
Yeah.
And but we saw him pulling out the trash can full of the trash bag full of trash. He ties it off, puts it on the ground, and then he picks up this new black plastic square trash thing. Then he starts unfolding it very gingerly. He's like, and I'm just sitting like, oh God, just hurry up, I'm in pain. And he's like he unfolds one way, shakes it a little bit, like,
yeah.
Then he unfolds it another way. Shakes it. It's like he's in a prayer session. Like this is a sacred time for him. He's unfolding the trash bag. He's taking forever. And Mom gets irritated, and she's like, "You know what? I'm going to another gas station." And I'm like, "Mom, can you just talk to the guy? I want to go to the hospital." It's like, no, that man does not deserve our business. So we leave, and we drive across town to another gas station. We get gas, and then we drive off. This was before that tram was built. We had to go to OHSU because of insurance.
Yeah.
It was St. Vincent's was closer, but our insurance wasn't compatible. I ended up staying in Dornbeckers, which I thought was humiliating at the time. I'm 15. I'm a grown up. We drove up Pill Hill, and there were so many curves, and every time Mom took a curve, and I kind of leaned in onto where the pain was.
Yeah.
It was absolutely excruciating. Basically, we get there. I drink the worst fucking thing I've ever had in my life. It was MRI contrast, so they could see my insides when they put me into the tube.
Mm-hmm.
And it tasted like burnt plastic and rubber. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever had. Ever in my life.
Gross.
I can't describe. I had to finish the whole thing, and it probably took me half an hour to get it down.
Yeah.
They put me on morphine. One of the nurses pushed me in a wheelchair somewhere. He said, "Oh, you should play football," like as people often do or did when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Did you ever get that? Like, you're a bigger guy. You should play football.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah, me too.
But I played football, so I was able to say I do.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
made it easier.
I didn't, and that's not my thing. But the part that was kind of funny was they ran out of room in the regular where I would stay. That section of the hospital, like general admission or whatever, where the regular room, they ran out of room. So the doctor or the nurse or whoever it was came out and said, "All right, Geoff, we're sending you to the cancer ward." So I went up and I spent my hospital stay in the pediatric cancer ward.
Oh my gosh.
And at one point...
Was Robin Williams there?
Oh, thank God, no. I like Robin Williams, but that was a Patch Adams reference, and I hate Patch Adams.
Fair enough.
But Robin is amazing. But anyway, one day there was this woman that I was so embarrassed. There was this woman, and obviously she must have assumed I had like cancer.
Mm-hmm.
She knocked on my door. It's like, she opened the door. It's like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?" I'm fine. And this is after I had surgery and stuff, and it was all better. She's like, "Hey, buddy, how are you?" And I'm fine. He's like, "Oh, wonderful. Well, my name is, I don't know, Linda.
Right.
And I'm with a program that lets children like you pick out an instrument to play during your hospital stay so you can have a little joy in your life." And I'm like, "Do you want an instrument? We have lots of instruments to choose from." And I'm like, even then I knew this is for the cancer kids. I'm not a cancer kid. And he's like, "No. Oh, no, you can give it to someone else. But there's plenty to go around. You can, don't you want to play with an instrument? We have kazoos. We have little drums. We have..." No, give it to some other kid.
That's so nice of you.
Well, it was not meant for me. I felt bad enough staying in the pediatric cancer ward, but God, I remember.
I feel like this has turned into a depressing podcast. We're all talking about fat guys and appendicitis. And fucking, I hate Patch Adams.
I I fucking do hate Patch Adams.
All right, we don't need to talk about it.
Okay, but I remember when they said, okay, you're gonna have to sign this paper to get surgery. I just grabbed a pen and signed as fast as I could. You'd think I'd be scared for the surgery, but I just wanted this damn thing
wanted
out.
The pain gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in for, it was like 2 weeks I was in. It was crazy.
I wasn't in for 2 weeks. I was in for a week, though.
Yeah.
Because when they opened me up, they discovered that the appendix had already burst.
Oh, no.
It burst, so they had to keep me in for a week on antibiotics.
I thought they got mine right before it burst, but I'm not sure. Maybe I was in only a week. It was a week or two. I remember it was a big ordeal. You know, I got a stuffed animal, and I named it after my doctor, and I wish I still had that stuffed animal.
What was your doctor's name?
Dr. Cook.
I don't remember my doctor's name. Yeah. He saved my life, though, because when it burst, like, to think, like 100 years ago, I would have died.
Yeah, you can die from that.
I think people still die from that. If I had decided, if I had successfully persuaded Mom to not go to the hospital, and I had stayed home and went to sleep, I might not have woken up. And then you would have never been able to have been in Truffle Runners.
Oh. Where's the fucking time machine?
But the craziest thing, when they put me under anesthesia, I think they did the thing where I don't remember if they did the mouth mask or if they injected it somehow. I don't remember. It was insane. I always imagined I would have the sensation of going to sleep and then gradually waking up like you do when you go to sleep. It was, for me at least, it was like a jump cut. 1 second I was laying on the surgical table with doctors and nurses around me and the bright light above me. And the next second I was in the recovery room. No sensation of going to sleep. No feeling of fading. It was just like, bam.
Yeah.
Bam! One moment, and then it's the closest to time travel I'll ever be. If you can say it without spoiling it.
Oh man.
What is your favorite scene in Truffle Runners?
What? Merry Christmas to me. Oh, all I wanted was this fucking question.
Okay. You ask a question, I can't think of any good ones.
My favorite scene to film, I guess I could find something there. Nope.
It's all good. It's all so wonderful.
I enjoyed it. There was times when I enjoyed it.
Oh. That melts my heart.
What?
That melts my heart.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
Alright, what's your question?
Have you ever been propositioned by a hooker? And if so, what did you say to get out of it?
I've told you this story.
Oh, yeah.
It was...
Is this a podcast story?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was Las Vegas, Caesar's Palace.
Oh, yes. Okay, I don't need to hear
She kept calling me Carrot Top.
Carrot Top. I do remember that. I love Carrot Top. That was a great story. All right, my bad. Well, we're just trying to, fling questions at each other here.
I gotcha.
Let's see. You think of questions too. I'll think of them. We'll see who can get the good questions out there.
What's your craziest celebrity meeting story?
My what?
Like, when's the time you met a celebrity that's really memorable to you?
Oh, a celebrity that's memorable to me?
That you've met in person?
I don't know. I haven't met a lot of celebrities. I know that I've met a couple, but there was one time we went to see Brian Wilson live. At the Aladdin Theater. I saw him a couple times, but I went with my mom. We went to the Aladdin Theater and saw him. And of course, he's older, when he's touring, and all his fucking bandmates wear pajamas and slippers on stage.
They do?
Yeah, they just look super comfortable. Well, they did when I saw them. I don't know if it's a regular thing or if they were all
maybe
just
it was the Jamie
tired
tour
that day. It was the jet lag show. But it was funny because outside, obviously, afterwards, there was a line to kind of meet him and get an autograph. And there's this long line. And all these people, in front of me and my mom, and everybody's shaking his hand and signing something. And I'm so excited because I loved Brian Wilson. I loved the Beach Boys growing up. It was one of my mom's idols. And we get all the way up to the front. And right when it's our turn, the guy well, that's enough, folks. And takes Brian Wilson. He turns around. Yeah, but my mom said, his autograph wasn't very... he was starting to slip. Maybe he was getting, his carpal tunnel was kicking in or something. But that was a sad one for sure.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah. I think the best one was Henry Winkler.
Oh, I met him too.
Yeah, he's a character for sure.
I wrote him a letter asking him to be in a serial killer's Christmas.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did.
Wow.
Have you watched the special features?
Probably not. No.
Yeah, you should watch the documentary. The behind-the-scenes documentary.
There's a documentary for Serial Killer's Christmas?
Yes, there is.
Hello?
Oh, God.
What a teaser.
It's on the DVD. Although I'm not sure I want to encourage people to watch it. I think I've grown since then. But not to downplay some of the great performances, Chancey Burton, Stephanie Joyner, Marcus Rhodes.
Yeah.
What was it like to work for Disney?
Well, I worked for an affiliate of Disney. I guess he's still technically considered Disney, but it was a trip. It was I didn't know what I was getting myself into, and it seems like every time I go and work for kids, they're always trying to make me into a character because they know as a regular fat guy with a beard, I'm too terrifying to look at. So they're always like, well, what kind of character can we make this fat bearded man that the kids will, not be terrified of?
Santa!
Yeah, it was good. It was fun. I traveled a lot,
You traveled a lot?
Well, I mean...
Did you go on tour?
No, we just did a lot of, I drove to Seattle to do shows, every 3 days a week for 3 months. It was insane.
Back and forth 3 days a week?
Yeah, I would do shows in Portland, and then I'd go up to Seattle and do shows. And it was crazy. It was a 3-hour drive for a 45-minute show. And then I would drive... So 6 hours in the car, 45 minutes on stage.
They couldn't comp an airline ticket for you?
No, they made me drive.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Even companies like that, man, they're
Disney.
They're all about free trials. So
Disney. Wow.
But that was Radio Disney. It wasn't
It's part of the Disney Corporation.
It's like NCAA, to pro.
I gotcha.
I would imagine. Maybe not.
How many times have you made a child cry simply by being there?
Couple.
Do tell.
You mean at my job?
No,
or just in general.
Just in general, they see you. Ah!
Yeah, a lot, and we get a lot. I've gotten a lot of the kids that that say to their parents, why is he so fat? You don't.
Fuck you, little buddy.
I mean, I hold my tongue now. When I was younger, 25-year-old Christmas freak out, it definitely popped up once in a while where I would go off on a kid, call me fat, and that's not good.
Remember that time we were filming Truffle Runners, and it was the first scene chronologically in the film, and we were walking around, and Garrett said, "Why are you sweating already?"
People ask me that all the time. You know what I mean? I walk into the doctor, sir, we haven't even checked you in. That's the worst part. Have you ever been a server? As a fat person, the first time that the first time, I'll never forget when I first became a server because, it's an upbeat job. You gotta, and I'll never forget it. It was for Sherry's. And my first day, they didn't have a shirt big enough for me. So I had to wear this shirt, and it had, like, the buttons open, like 4 buttons open, like, you know? Yeah. And
that's so horrible.
And you have to get used to the endurance of the job. And I'll never forget, I was, like, sweating in people's food. Like, I would take them plates of food and, like, just be dripping sweat, and people would be asking me if I was okay and stuff. It was terrible.
No, I'm not.
There was one time when I was working for Radio Disney that I was on air, and I was interviewing a doctor, but I was, like, sweating profusely and, like, having breathing problems, and we were talking about the health of other people, and then it turned into the doctor, like, asking me if I was okay and, like, how my health was, and I'm like, I'm trying to interview you here. Okay, you are embarrassing me, you piece of shit.
I can imagine the conversation. The doctor's asking, son, I brought a scale with me.
Yeah, right.
Let's weigh you.
I can just fucking tell you how fat I am, all right? I don't need a scale.
But fat people lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, when did you get this Kia?
What?
When did your wife get the Kia?
When her other car died. I don't know how long ago that was.
Tell us the story. The entire adventure going into the car lot. Any wacky hijinks ensue?
No, I just kind of waited around playing with my balls here and there until she
did you?
signed the papers. Yeah.
Did you have the car lot coffee? Like they have those big tanks?
I don't drink coffee, so probably not.
You're a tea guy.
Well, I'm not. I am now, thanks to you. I've never been a tea guy, but the Earl Grey tea is delicious. I highly recommend it.
You should have it. It's amazing. There's a world of tea out there that I think you would enjoy.
A world of tea, huh?
A whole new world. Have you ever had chai tea?
No. I just told you I wasn't a tea guy.
Yeah, but I'm trying to expose you to new things.
All right.
I'm culturing Alan. I gave him his first feature, and I gave him his first glass of tea.
There you go. So this podcast is like part of your private collection, right?
So, what have you been up to?
Well, I just did some ADR for my good buddy Geoff and his film, The Truffle Runners. I don't know why I said the. There is no the. It is just called Truffle Runners. I apologize for that. I've been up to, some stuff.
Film stuff?
Sure. Not really.
Am I to understand that you were allergic to salad? And I wasn't insulting him. That's a reference.
Are you referencing the commercial that we shot?
Yes.
With Laura Walsh. Yeah. I'm not allergic to salad. The character was allergic to salad. We're train wrecking fast. Questions. What do we got? Questions. Go. Give me a question.
When did you start wearing plaid shirts?
Plaid shirts are a fat guy thing. I've always worn plaid shirts. Next question.
You ask.
What?
You ask them this question now.
Where do you find clothes that fit you?
I usually get them for Christmas and my birthday.
You just wear the same clothes all year long?
Pretty much.
That's actually the way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, wonder what Mom's getting me this year. I don't know, but I'll be wearing it next year. I can tell you that.
Yeah, it's fine with me. I don't like clothes shopping.
I do. But
really?
The problem is I'm a fat guy. And, clothes are for skinny people. Let's be honest. Like, people that have nice bodies, nice physiques, they love going shopping and buying, hey, that'll look great on my rock hard abs or my,
Apparently that's going to be changing because I saw some, elderly man, he was in a video ranting about how Leslie Jones couldn't find a dress for the Oscars.
Yeah.
And he's like, bigger's beautiful. And, he's this, thin, middle, 70-year-old dude, big is beautiful, and a lot of women are big, and it's a shame in the fashion industry that Leslie Jones couldn't find the right dress that she liked, and all women should have a dress they like. So maybe soon we can
tell them to go to Torrid.
We can wear tuxes.
Yeah, tell them to go to Torrid. I don't mind wearing a tux. I can wear a tux. The backside doesn't look so good. I look like a penguin, it sticks out, and I waddle a little bit. But yeah, Torrid. It's this place at the mall. They cater to bigger sizes and actually very slimming-looking clothes on even beautiful, heavier women.
There is a place in Salem. I think it was called Fat Chicks.
Okay.
for the plus size shopping.
Sure.
And I think it's meant to shame the customers. Like, they walk in and there's like anorexics behind the counter and like glaring at them and like, you're a fat chick.
That's really weird.
Well, I don't think they get glared at, but I think maybe it wasn't called fat chicks. It was called like Big Woman's Warehouse,
Right.
or more likely Big Woman's Dress Barn. This has been Geoff Crenshaw,
Alan Burrell.
and you have listened to Heavy Set Go.
Whoa, that was weird.
This is Heavy Set